Hi YouTube, my name is Thorn, this is Our Pagan Opinions, and I am subbing for your usual Thursday host, Allison, who is stepped out for the week. I think primarily just so that I could say hello to everyone. For those of you who don't know, you can find me under my personal channel, which I will put below. It's Drawing Kinnaz. I'm still pretty new to YouTube, but anyway, I've been watching this channel for a while, and I'm excited to be subbing, so yay! I will tell you more about me later, but I want to get right to the video subject of the week, which comes to us from a viewer who asked us, and by us, I don't mean me because I wasn't a sub then, but she asked the folks at Our Pagan Opinions, which calls to us more, the sun or the moon, and why? For me, it's very much the moon. I was reading some of the comments that Kerosene got to her video in which she talked about her connections to the moon, and some of her commenters talked about the sun as being life-giving and more important in a lot of really significant ways, of course. And those are all true, but I think there's just this really visceral sort of pull toward the moon. And it's been that way since I can remember. And it's manifested in different ways. It's manifested in my being more inclined to be active at night, and in the very, very early hours of the morning. And I tend to be really, really sluggish during the day. I'm a big fan of the afternoon nap. I hate being hot. I don't like direct lighting. I don't sunbathe or hang out at pools or any of that stuff just because heat and glare and sweat and everything else that is associated with being outside during the daytime, I'm just not a fan. And I never have been. Whereas I really, really enjoy being out in the evening. And when I was really little, I was as I think so many of us were, I was very, very intrigued by magic and fairy tales. And my favorite stories were always about werewolves and shape-shifting and the kind of spooky, ghosty stories that just always take place at night. And I remember going out when I was little and always trying to find spooky things in the backyard under the light of the moon. And then when I got older and I began practicing Wicca, I, of course, as so many of us do when we start out, I began structuring my religious practice around the cycles of the moon, celebrating different kinds of rituals at dark moon and full moon, and sometimes in between. But it's weird because I can feel the pull of the sun and the shifting of the seasons and daylight hours, etc. I can really feel that effect on my energy level and my personality and just generally how I feel from day to day in a way that I don't necessarily with the moon. But magically and spiritually, the moon has always been very much an anchor for me. No matter what kind of crap day I'm having, if I can go outside and I can see the moon, I always feel better. And I'm well known amongst my friends for random text messages with pictures of the moon and, oh my God, stop what you're doing and go outside and look at it, it's beautiful. The first thing I did when I got an iPhone was download Star Walk, which is a fantastic app, and if you guys don't have it, you should go get it now because it's great. But anyway, it lets you hold the phone up to the sky, and it tells you exactly what you're looking at, all the stars, and helps you find the moon if you can't. And anyway, it's really great. But it just really, my interest in the moon just really coincided so naturally with my interests in werewolves and ghost stories and that sort of thing. And of course, all of the old stories about witches gathering in secret under the light of the moon in some forest somewhere. Of course, these are myths, but they're powerful myths, and they're still meaningful. And anyway, the moon lore is all tied in with that stuff. So anyway, all this to say, definitely the moon. Definitely the moon. I've never worked any kind of magic by the sun. I mean, of course, during Sabbats, the sun is an important figure in many of them. But in terms of magical work, the sort of rituals that I get really excited about are all moon-oriented. So there you are. I'm just going to spend a couple of seconds right now giving you a little bit more information. I wanted to give the Our Pagan Opinions stuff first, so that those of you who are not interested in me necessarily got that, but those of you who have stuck around. I'm Thorn. I'm 27. I'm a graduate student in religious studies. I live in North Carolina. I'm Wiccan. I am more of a traditionalist Wiccan. I wouldn't call myself an eclectic. I practice in a coven as well as a solitary. I have a cat named Oliver, who I'm kind of obsessed with, who, if you see me again, I'm sure you will see him as well. I've been practicing since I was about 13, so I'm almost 28, so you do the math. I guess that's it. I enjoy cheese and running and roller derby and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think these are all of the important things you need to know. So anyway, I look forward to seeing you guys again. Personal channel down below, and have a good day.